Well, the tracks, I picked them up from the tires, the shape of the tires of the rover. And then the formations came from photos that people from NASA sent it to me, Lewis and other people. And I manipulate them and change them because it's art, you know.
Right, right.
But still I want to keep the spirit of it.
Right.
But there is another thing. I realized that they were training here on Earth in formations like in Arizona and New Mexico. So I picked up a few places there too, like this one. Just few of them that remind me, in one hand it's here, and in the other hand it's remind what's up there. And I wanted that connection, you know, between here and there. I remember the rover, the first one that was sent, there were 3 of them, right? The first one was
Spirit and Opportunity were the first 2.
Right. So it came up with this kind of formation, like you remember formation on Mars that
kind of
looked
the
like
face,
a person, and people here thought maybe there are people there, and they made it. So I thought if there is one already there, we should have another one. And I picked up here a formation, and I add few lines, and it looks like me.
But the Ziggy on Mars.
Yeah, it's a leaf.
A leaf.
A leaf, it's really major icon in my work. You know, you could see them all over.
What's the significance of the leaf to you?
The leaf, it's a symbol or metaphor of nature that giving to us. It's something that giving to us. It exists, you know, and you can always recognize the leaf wherever you go.
Right.
And it's come and goes, you know, it's disappear and appear, blow with the wind. It's like people almost. And then there is a brick. I always have a brick also.
A brick is a foundation?
A brick, it's also foundation, but it's also metaphor of creativity, of human creativity. So in order for us to survive, we have to put those 2 together.
To build?
What we create and what we have, what we got, what nature gave us and what we create.
So the combination of the human building, creating, and nature inspiring.
The existence with the creativity. So I always use the leaf, and here it's like the leaf.
The relief of
I did it this way with the blue lines here also. It's like to give that feeling that it's floating up there. It's but still it's connected with what's giving to us. It's
right.
So you know, it's all about metaphors. And here it's the metaphor of the rover itself. You know,
what is?
This is canvas actually, and the whole thing is made from industrial kind of material, aluminum. Even the paint is kind of industrial material, and I wanted that quality of industrial, so it looked like printed. It's not like, and everything on the move. That's why
they have their own. What's this piece here? What is?
Well, this is my work, what I'm doing, and they're all related actually to identity.
Identity?
Yeah, and you could always feel that there is a kind of, I won't say human, but it's give you a feeling that there is something living, something there, either a face or figure, or you know, and then the other hand you have something more not organic, something industrial, something that it's more created by us.
Right.
Know? And those are the conflict between the 2, what we create and what giving to us.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So they all have that kind of feeling. That's why you have also that kind of look like a mesh there. You know, the metallic kind of things, and I always work on metal, so it shows that the industrial part of the world.
Wow. So I asked Paula the other night at the event what inspires her. She said it was irreverence. So what is it that if you had to say one thing that really, another leaf, the brick, but what is the inspiration?
There are a few things. If you ask me what inspired me, let's say, to put the work hanging like this, okay, I tell you what, I had a grant to be in the Soviet Union at the time, in 1990, just before the breakout.
Uh-huh.
And Gorbachev just started opening the churches, let people go to the churches because they were before warehouses and they were all run down. And I was in Moscow and I went to a few churches. They just started cleaning them up, and especially the old generation went in, you know, and they bought the icons because they pray to icons, the wooden icon, and they put them on the wall. So just imagine this way. Here there is a mess because this wall is still renovated. In this wall, if they clean it up, they put about 30 or 40 icons, one on top of the other. And there were a bunch of people here praying to the icons, kneeling, sitting, crying, whatever, but each one of them praying to a different icon.
Wow.
Because that's his God. He believes in that. That's the one that will save him. So what happened, it just did something to me. I understood that the whole pictures, it's about God, about religion, about culture, about believing, but that big picture is made from fragment of minds. And in order to understand it, you have to put all
them all together.
So that's how it started. I came back home and I said, well, I have to do something about it.
When was that again?
That was 1990.
90, okay.
Yeah, and since then I started doing, put them on hinges.
What were you doing before that?
It was also an aluminum, of course it's close to that, it's not just another step, it's developed. But it was related to what I'm doing now, but in different ways. You see, the idea is you have a concept, you work on it, and you always attack it from a different angle. So in the beginning was from this angle, later on it's developed and started coming from that angle, and then it's become from above or from the bottom. But the whole thing is, when artist shows, at least I think that's the way it should be, when artist shows in retrospective, and you put, let's say, 30 or 40 years of work, you see the evolution, how things are developed. And that's what makes art really good, you know. Because it has a connection. It's not like one day I do that, the other day I do that.
It's all interconnected.
No, you know. There is a kind of a line of thoughts that combine everything, you know. That's what, at least I see it this way. That's what's important to me.